I am ready to rock this. I am ready to rock this. I am ready to rock this. Let the magic happen. Party people. Howdy, 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 DizJabberz. Christian's taking off his headphones because he does not need them anymore. I don't need this. What I do need is all my subscribers, all you DizJabberz out there, get in here, light it up in the chat, light it up in the stream, because we are here for the long haul. Diz Mom, Jerry Ford, Wendy List, Drew in the Moment, Timmy. Let's get it going. Throw it down in the chat. I'm just warming up. You hear that crack of the knuckles? All right, guys. Hit the likes up there. We already got 6. We got 9 already in the stream. Look, just for tonight. Hey, Rachel. Guys, Rachel made it. Love that girl. All right. Do you see? Hey, Paige. Donna made it. Awesome. Look at the shirt just for tonight. I bought a shirt, the Dread Pirate Roberts. Love this shirt. No one would surrender to the Dread Pirate Wesley. Such a great line. I am ready to do this movie justice. I am ready to do this movie dirty. I am ready to go. Oh, you guys are not ready for what I have to say. And I promise you, you're going to laugh. I promise you, you might cry. I promise you, you will walk away from the Victoria. Hey, Vicky T. You will walk away from this movie. No, you won't. You'll walk away from the live stream with a brand new love for this movie, with a brand new love for DizJabberz71, a new respect, mind you. Oh, this may make or break our friendship. Jennifer Jess, I think it's going to make it. I think even though you might love this movie, I love this movie. Look at the shirt. Look at it. Even though I do love this movie, I found lots of things to talk about. Some people say make fun of. I say deep dive. Hey, EJ made it. Awesome. Little Big Vlogs is in the house. Jennifer Jess, Vicky T, Wendy. Guys, we already have 12 in the stream and 10 likes. Scout's here. I think Paige made it. Guys, hit those likes. One more look at the shirt. And I'm going to give it one more minute before we go with this. I'm going to move this out of the way. Tower of Terror movie. Yes, I've seen it. Not so good. I should deep dive that puppy. All right. So in my hands. Oh my God, look how many notes I have. In my hands are my notes for the movie. I need notes because I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want to miss a thing. Thank you, Steven Tyler. Check my phone. It's 9:02. I've got 14 in the stream. I'm editing a video right now. I'm multitasking, so I might not chat a whole. Danny, all you got to do is listen. That's all you got to do. So I've got a whole slew of people waiting for me to start this puppy. Before I start, here's a disclaimer. I apologize for anyone that may be offended by my take of The Princess Bride. What I don't apologize for is the fact that you are going to enjoy the heck out of this vlog, out of this live stream, out of this chat. Let's call it what it is. A deep dive into the mind of DizJabberz71 watching Princess Bride. You've never seen it. Simple. And so I say we begin. The Princess Bride, a Rob Reiner film. Now, all of you might know who Rob Reiner is. Rob Reiner made such great movies like A Few Good Men. He made Sleepless in Seattle. He made a whole bunch of movies from the 1980s and 1990s. Okay, guys, I'm going to be watching the chat also a little bit just to see what comments are being made. And I will feed off of your comments. I will answer. Just remember, once I'm on a roll, I might not see the comments right away because I got things to say. Are we ready? If we're ready, do me a favor. Hit the 7-1 in the chat. Light it up. Let's get a little trivia-esque right now. Like the 71 in the chat. Oh, you're going to know all about the movie, EJ. Just get ready. Let me see 71 for who's ready. I want it. I want 71 in the chat. I miss it. Yes, Meathead is correct. All right, so 3 people want it. Come on, get that 71 in there. I won't ask you guys to type another thing if you don't want. Just sit back, relax. Jesse Lee, Rachel, Derp, EJ. EJ, hope mom's watching. All right, I got my 71s. I got my followers. I got my subs. I got my people. And here we go. I'm kind of shaking. It's so exciting tonight. Dread Pirate Roberts and thanks, Drew. Drew is literally lighting it up in here. Let's go. The movie begins. Jennifer Jess is shaking. She's got her wine. She's got her snacks. The movie begins, and we have the sounds of a coughing boy. This boy is coughing, and when it zooms in, we find out that the coughing boy ends up being Kevin Arnold from The Wonder Years. That's right. The actor is Fred Savage, and he was in The Wonder Years, a 1980s sitcom TV show that was fantastic. Kevin Arnold is awesome. He was really awesome. That show touched my heart. Fantastic show. But we're not worried about The Wonder Years right now. This poor Kevin Arnold is sick in bed. He's coughing. He's laying there. What people don't realize, and you might be sitting there, you might be feeling bad for him. Problem is, no one really gave his room a good look-see. Like, you're focused on him being sick, but what you're not focused on are his surroundings. Oh, we're going to get to the surroundings. Just wait. Now, mom comes in. Mom's like, oh, honey, you know, do the mom thing. And then she's like, grandpa's coming. Great. So before Columbo gets into the room, let's talk about the room. This boy seems to have a really strange and unhealthy attachment to both Santa Claus and demon worship. Absolutely. What you don't see is this on the closet wall. There is this crazy construction paper Santa Claus with devil eyes. Oh my gosh, he's got devil eyes. He has brass knuckles and a peg leg. All right. So that's the first thing I picked up on. I'm like, what is going on here? Brass knuckles for Santa? Oh my gosh. Now, this is an example, I would say, of a guidance counselor / teacher epic fail for not contacting the parents or talking to this child after he made this in art class. Be that as it may. So we have this, let's call him Satan Claus instead of Santa. It works. The letters are all there. So we have this Satan Claus hanging up there. Next to Satan Claus, hanging right here, is the mask from Evil Dead 2. What? What is wrong with this kid, Kevin Arnold? I do not know. But yes, the mask is staring at Santa, and Santa's like chilling like this. Satan Claus is like, he's got these crazy looking teeth. I kid you not, I didn't sleep well after I watched this in full. So here we go. Now we got Satan Claus waiting to pounce on mom, waiting to pounce on Kevin Arnold. All right, so let me move along. Now, protecting Kevin Arnold from behind him, dude, his room is like he has lapdogs of Satan all around him. So he's sitting there. Behind him on the wall is this mask. Okay, it's a red devil mask. It's got this long nose like Pinocchio, and it's one of those old school masks. Now, if you are my age or even a little bit younger than me, you will remember back in the day they used to sell these masks and costumes in a box. The box had a cellophane top, and you could see the mask right through it. I've seen this mask countless times, and I still wet my pants a little every time I see it. So this thing is on his wall behind him, and these masks have a little rubber band strap, and you put the strap on your head like this, and you can only wear it once before it snaps. And then you're trying to fix it, and the rubber band gets tighter and tighter, and you're sticking it on your head. All right, well, this isn't Halloween, but the rubber band would snap, and not a comfortable way to spend your Halloween trick-or-treating. Okay, so not only that, I have a tiny little Easter egg I want to talk about from Disney. Up on the wall, next to this devil mask, is a Donald Duck head. a decapitated Donald Duck head. This Donald Duck head is sitting there, right? Not sitting. He's on the wall like this, like, what do you want from me? I don't know what I want from you. I don't want you to be in this room. Oh, beat stole my heart. He's way out of his element here. Then, if you look behind him on his little ledge, he has an Empire Strikes Back glass that they used to give away at Burger King when you used to buy Cokes, when Empire Strikes Back originally came out in the 80s. I have that glass downstairs. I really should have gotten it out. I had that same glass. Wait, it gets better. It gets better. Now, we go to another view. We go to another view of his mom. And behind her over here, guess what we have? Another Evil Dead 2 skeleton mask. This kid has got some issues. Oh, yeah. In my head, I'm thinking, is this a little nod to his 1989 movie, Little Monsters? Kevin Arnold was in a movie called Little Monsters way back. Could this have anything to do with it? I seriously doubt it. I think this kid has got some crazy connection to Lucifer. But fine, let's move on. Right behind Kevin's head, next to the Burger King glass, there's sinus spray. I heard people can get addicted to sinus spray. I don't know. Is there a pattern here? Next to the sinus spray is a Rasputin-looking bearded weirdo Santa. What is up with this kid and Santa Claus? I don't know. But devils and Santa make Satan Claus. And then, for those of you who liked He-Man and collected He-Man figures, there is this He-Man figure. It's like half wolf, half person, and he's like a pimp. He's wearing a fur vest, and he's got a cane. I'm done. I'm done with this whole thing. His room, you need to sprinkle some salt in a circle. You need to drink some holy water. You need to wear a crucifix because this room is unholy. I swear it is unholy. Did I miss anything? Smash the like button. I hope Mask of the Red Death. Oh, that probably is it. That thing is scary. All right. So I got the pimp fur vest, the werewolf, the Santa Rasputin doll, sinus spray. There's a pattern here. This kid is he's not who he claims to be. Enter Columbo. Columbo, as you all know, is Peter Falk. Peter Falk plays the grandfather in this. And he's like, yeah, Shay, I'm a detective, Shay. Kind of like a Muggsy, Shay. Hey, yeah, Shay. So he comes in, right? And this kind of caught me weird. He walks in and he goes like this. He goes, how's the sickie? The sickie? He's throwing the word around like it's a racial slur. How's the sickie? And the poor kid's looking at him, looks at his mom, and he's like, oh, snap. I was waiting. Maybe Columbo knew what was going on, and, Kevin Arnold's like, eh. All right. Anyway, yeah, Peter Falk was awesome. Great, great actor. But how's the sickie kind of makes me a little sicky in my tummy. Okay. Wow, I hit those two really hard. Now we move on. Columbo is going to tell a story. The Princess Bride. This is where it all begins, DizJabberz. This is where we deep dive. Not like I haven't deep dove yet into this, but you haven't heard nothing yet. And Jennifer Jest, I hope I'm doing this justice for you. I know you're laughing. I know it in my heart. For those of you that love this movie, let's do this. Let's get it. Act 1. I put this into acts. The Shack on a Hill. So Act 1 I called The Shack on a Hill. So here we go. Buttercup. Now we have Buttercup, right? Buttercup rides in on a donkey, on a noble steed. So here comes Buttercup. She rides in. Now she's living in a shack. Okay, that's first. She lives with a farm boy named Wesley. Okay, sure, she has a farm boy slash slave, right? Where's her parents? There's no parents there. Struck me weird right there. Okay, nobody else living with her, self-made woman. A big part of this movie, of the beginning, is where she asks the farm boy, Wesley, played by Cary Elwes, and Buttercup is played by Robin Wright, or Robin Wright Penn, which it wasn't Robin Wright Penn back then. But anyway, so anytime she asks him, she's like, Farm boy, will you do this? I want to see my face in the saddle. Why would you want to see your face in a saddle, first of all? But anyway, farm boy, will you do this? Farm boy. And he would only answer with one thing, a phrase of 3 words. As you wish. He would answer with as you wish every single time she asked. Now, I was speaking with Jen Jess, and Jen Jess is very fond of this movie. So we were talking about it, and she was talking about how there's one scene where Robin Wright, Princess Buttercup is like, oh, farm boy, will you grab me that picture? And he's like, as you wish. And she said, oh, Christian, my heart just stopped when he said that. You know what? My heart would stop too if I was drinking out of the last pitcher that Jesus had at the Last Supper. That thing has germs, probably has pesticides. Who knows what it has in there? I'm not touching that pitcher. But of course, he's like, as you wish. And so, anywho, they finally give each other a little smooch. They're like, Kevin Arnold loses his stuff. He's like, wait a minute, Grandpa. Is this a kissing movie? Grandpa kind of gets nervous for a second because he knows that Kevin Arnold is delving into some deep satanic stuff. So he's like, oh, what should I do? Yeah, but just wait. Just wait. It's going to get better. And he's like tap dancing around this. He's probably looking back to see if the pathway to the door is empty so he can get out of there. All right, so here we go. Kevin Arnold is probably having these flashbacks of Winnie Cooper from the Wonder Years. He's probably like, oh, I don't want to kiss anyone. Oh, my girlfriend's the devil. Fine. Back to the story. Wesley decides, I need to go find my fortune. Dude. Butterball lives alone. She doesn't have any people there. I did make myself laugh, yes. Butterball lives all by herself. She doesn't have anyone there. No parents. Stay there. She owns a shack. Well, she owns like a shack with a shed. It's a duplex, baby. You got a duplex right there. Why would you have to go? And, well, anyway, he has to go find his fortune. He leaves her heartbroken. She finds out that the Dread Pirate Roberts most likely caught him and killed him because the Dread Pirate Roberts never leave any survivors. Okay, so now she's all upset. Oh, if I was him, I would have just stayed, dude. You know what? So what? Let her support you. I don't know what her job was at the time. Who knows? They never said that. So Dread Pirate Roberts, never leave any survivors. Wesley is out of the picture. So we think. Act 2. We jump into Adamson Crew. Yes, Adamson Crew. Thank you for making it, guys. 5 years later. So now we have atop of the castle, Chris Sarandon. We have Chris Sarandon, who is very well known, and you guys, I'm showing my age here, for a fantastic vampire movie called Fright Night. Fright Night, he was the lead vampire. That was one of my favorite scary movies in the 80s, besides for The Lost Boys. Lost Boys might be the next movie I do, by the way. So we have... All right, so we have Chris Sarandon, vampire extraordinaire from Fright Night. He's standing up there. He's like, okay, I'm going to make some common girl a princess. And then he announces, Princess Buttercup will be a princess, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to marry her, yada, yada, yada. So Prince Humpty Hump makes her so, watch me do the Humpty Hump. People say, yo, she gets so upset. So Butternut Squash gets so upset. I saw that. And she's like, I can't handle this. She gets on her donkey and she starts riding away into the forest. Now, enter the Three Musketeers, more like the Three Stooges. We have Fezzik, we have Vasily, and we have Inigo. Vasily, we're going to call him Fusili, okay, because pasta. Why not? Fezzik is Andre the Giant, so we're going to call him Andre or the Giant. And not only that, then we have Inigo. Big, big mistake Mom for forgetting the D on the birth certificate. You know she meant Indigo. Who names their child Indigo? Don't know. Don't care at the moment. All I know is that it's Indigo from here on out. All right, so they're talking to her. They're like, you know what? Is anybody following you? She's like, no. Oh, well, no one will hear you scream. So the giant Fozzie, let's call him Fozzie. Fozzie does the Vulcan neck pinch on her, right? He's like, and he barely touches her. He's like, well, she passes out cold. She's like, oh, passes straight out like a light. Now, we go on to where Fusilli and Indigo and Fozzie are talking, right? They're like, listen, we're trying to start a war between Gilder and Florin. So we're gonna pretend that the princess was kidnapped, and they'll blame this country. This country will fight this country. They'll find her dead. Oh gosh. Well, guess what? They're on the boat. But before they get on the boat, all of a sudden they're playing patty cake and telling rhymes. He's like, no more rhymes. I mean it. Does anybody want a peanut? Cute part, but this is where the inconceivable comes out. I would say As You Wish is the second most used tagline of that movie. Inconceivable, in my eyes, has to be the first. That tagline is fantastic. I will always remember it. I'm sure everyone else will too. All right, so here, Indigo. All right, so here we go. They're on the boat. Next page. We're going to fast forward about a minute to where Indigo says, you know, I think we are being followed. And so, you know, Fusilli is like, inconceivable. And then, of course, Andre the Giant sitting there watching the princess. He's like, oh, so night falls. And then he looks back and they're still being followed. Oh, boy. All right. So here's what happens next. They're looking at this person following them, which I'm not going to tell you who it is yet. Not going to tell you who. Do I even know what inconceivable means? I hope you guys are not talking to me. I'm a teacher. I know what it means. All right. So fast forward, nighttime. They're looking at the boat coming. You hear a splash. The princess dives into the shrieking eel-infested water. Now, these shrieking eels, I'm still not right, even with therapy, after seeing these things. You know that these things are like Satan's helpers. Like they're, first of all, I'm not a snake guy. No snakes. Like, no capes, no snakes. So, all of a sudden, right before they save Princess Butternut out of the water, we got Sicky all into the story. Now, all of a sudden, death is involved, and Sicky's like, yeah, Grandpa, come on, Grandpa, give me more. Oh, what happens next, Grandpa? Come on. Butterball ends up being saved. They're on the boat, and now we're heading into Act 3, which is the Cliffs of Insanity. Cliffs of Insanity. This part always got me. When you're watching this part, okay, great job, CGI department, because on the Cliffs of Insanity, you have Andre, Fozzie, moving his arms, right? But guess what? It looks like he's on an escalator or some kind of elevator. That thing's just moving up. Nobody else is moving but his arms. So he's still. This is what you see. You don't see movement of the rope. You don't see anything else. I'm like, all right, CGI, it's all good. At the very bottom, a masked man starts climbing the rope behind them. They're all the way up. Laughing all this about Sicky being crazy is hilarious. Oh, yeah. Kid's no joke. I'm kind of scared that I'm talking about him. He might know. So they're climbing up. Dread Pirate Roberts, I'm going to give you a little hint. Dread Pirate Roberts is following them. Fusilli and Fozzie take Butternuts and take her away. We're going to go. Indigo, finish the job. And of course, Indigo is all suave and debonair. He's like, oh, well, I cannot possibly fight him with this hand because it will not be a fair fight. I'll use this hand. All right. So he's like, whatever you want to do, just kill him. They take off. And here we have Indigo looking over the Cliffs of Insanity. And poor Dread Pirate Roberts is looking up, trying to get up there because Fozzie cut the rope. So poor guy's trying to do some cliffhanger Sylvester Stallone rock climbing, right? Trying to get up there. He's like, listen, if I help you up here, I can kill you faster. So come on, I'll help you. Oh, I don't think I trust you, buddy. You Spaniard yet? And he goes, well, you know, do you even trust a Spaniard? Not particularly. So he swears upon the grave, upon the soul of his passed away father, upon his murdered father, that he will make it to the top alive. So Dread Pirate Roberts is like, what have I got to lose, right? Send me the rope. Sends him the rope, helps him up. Now, Indigo, as the Dread Pirate Roberts, we'll call him DPR, as DPR is making his way up, all of a sudden, right, he starts getting into this pump up thing. He's like getting all amped up for the fight. He's doing dancing with the sword. He's throwing the sword back and forth. He's juggling. He's like doing some crazy moves, pumping himself up. Kind of like somebody gets all amped up for a game. He was like, I'm ready to fence. Let's go. All right. So now they exchange pleasantries. Indigo lets Dread Pirate Roberts chill out for a minute, catch his breath before he has him run through. Like that one, run through, using a little lingo from the times. And they talk about how Indigo's father was murdered by Six-Fingered Willie. All right, so Indigo's father was murdered by Six-Fingered Willie. And of course, this is one of the other most famous taglines from the movie. Hello, my name is Inigo. I'll use the real word this time. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. So he uses the tagline. Now, he's like, all right, you've been more than fair. You've been more than kind. Let's fight. They both get up. They have the swords in their hands. And they start, you know, facing off, showing whose stick is bigger. So, they are going at it a little bit. Now, in this duel, they become Olympic gymnasts. They end up jumping. They end up swinging on this thing. They stick the landing after a double, triple Lindy. I don't know if that's right. It's probably not. But guess what? It's a sword fight. I don't know those terms. So he does the gymnastic roll. He does the cartwheel in the air. Everything's good. Now, one of my favorite lines is coming up. I don't know why I love this line so much. Jess, you probably love this line. So they realize how good they both are. So the one guy, Indigo, goes to Wesley. You seem a decent man. I hate to kill you. And so DPR is like, you seem a decent man. I hate to die. I love that line. I love that line. Anyway, all of a sudden now they start saying, all right, Little Big Vlogs, love you, man. Talk to you later. So all of a sudden, Indigo is like, I have a secret. I am not left-handed. And then he's battling this guy. Boom, boom, boom. Poor DPR is like, oh. And then DPR goes hip-hop on him. DPR is like, well, I have a little secret to tell you. I'm not left-handed either. Throws the sword in the... All of a sudden, it's on like Beat Street. They're going breakdancing. He's hopping up and down. He does a little twist of the sword. Sends the thing flying. All right. So now Dread Pirate Roberts, the DPR. I see if I missed anything. All right. So DPR, Dread Pirate Roberts, totally takes over the fight. Beats Indigo. Now Indigo is like waiting to be killed. He's sitting there trying to take his medicine. Dread Pirate Roberts has a little bit of a soft spot in his heart. He takes the sword, clunks him on the head. I'm going to say this to you, and you'll notice there's a pattern. This is concussion number 1 of the movie. Yes, you know what? Nobody ever realizes when you get hit in the head and knocked out, you are concussed. So this is concussion 1. Christian, why are you numbering it? Because there's more than one. There's more than one concussion in this movie, and it's quite apparent. All right. So we move to Act 4, which is now Indigo has been beaten. DPR has to go face the giant. So Fusili is like, you have to fight him. I'm getting the princess out of here. So he's like, okay, I fight him. Ha, ha, ha. I don't know why he sounds Russian to me, but oh, whatever. So here we go. They're up there on the mountaintop. Dread Pirate Roberts is the Fozzie's throwing rocks at him. It's like Toy Story Mania. He's like, whoa, whoa. Fozzie is getting angry. So Fozzie is like, I'm going to kill you now, right? So Dread Pirate Roberts is like, let's do this. He goes after Fozzie like a wrestler, like Greco-Roman wrestling. He goes, hi-yo! Launches him up, wraps him up, trying to drop the rock bottom and smack down his candy booty, right? This is Andre the Giant, dude. 10 people are not lifting this guy up. Dread Pirate Roberts is doing it. So he's like, hoo, hoo. So then Dread Pirate Roberts got smart. He does the little whoopity-doo under his legs, jumps back up. The sleeper hold. Yes, the sleeper hold. The notorious sleeper hold from WWE wrestling. I've watched wrestling for years. That move is awesome. And he had to pull it out. It's Andre the Giant, yo. Great. Now, here's the thing. If there's a giant in front of you, I don't know what Dread Pirate Roberts is thinking. He could totally outrun him. Just run. Run. He will never catch you. And you got a good lead on him. Just go. But no, DPR is like, here's the bottom line. You don't get into a boxing ring with Mike Tyson because you think you can box. Because most times, 9 times out of 10, Mike Tyson is going to clean your clock. This giant, I don't know what Dread Pirate Roberts was thinking, but this is that 1 time out of 10 that worked in his favor. So he jumped up on him, sleeper hold, out like a light. Another line coming up, one of my favorites from the movie. Rest well and dream of large women. That rest well and dream of large women. Such a great line. But what happened? DPR hit his head. How many times? Andre is epic. I love the sleeper. Everyone's talking. All right, guys, I really wish I was reading the chat, but I'm locked in right now. All right, now, here's where we're going to get really good. Prince Humpty Hump rides up on his donkey, right? All of a sudden, he's like CSI. He's like, oh, he's smelling the dirt. He's touching little twigs, looking at him. CSI all over the place. He's like, I know what happened here. There was a battle. There was a fight. This one fought this one. There was a sword duel. Somebody did a triple Lindy off of the rock. Somebody got clunked on the head with concussion #1 from this movie. The loser ran off this way. I ran off this. The winner ran off this way. Okay, great. Wonderful. Love to hear it. He tells exactly how the fight went. Now, Act 5, I'm sure. Where are these? All right. Now, Act 5 is totally probably one of my favorite parts. I call this act iocane powder. Iocane powder is odorless, tasteless poison. It will kill you, like immediately. So DPR sits down with Fusilli. So they're having a battle of wits. DPR puts this tasteless, odorless poison in a cup. He kind of turns around and puts it in there. So now they're going to see who the smarter one is. Fusilli does this whole rant for about 2 minutes about why or why not he should or should not choose the cup in front of him or in front of Dread Pirate Roberts. All right, her screen went black. Oh my gosh. So yeah, iocane is the roofie from back then. I'm sure it is, Jamie. All right, so they are fighting. They are going back and forth. Finally, Fusilli pulls out one of the best moves ever. He's like, hey, what can that be? Seriously, Dread Pirate Roberts, you bested a Spaniard. You beat a giant, but someone's going to say, hey, look over there. And he's like, oh, I don't know. He looks, the Sicilian switches the cups. Now they both drink. Glug, 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 glug. And the Sicilian loses his mind. He's like, oh, you picked the wrong cup. You did not know that, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, never, wait, what is it? Never get into something with a Sicilian when death is on the line. Ha, 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 ha. He does the evil laugh. And then all of a sudden, good night, out. And when I say good night, I mean he's doing the long sleep, the long slumber, out like a light, dead. All right. So, all right, should I talk about that part? So in front of him. All right. So I'm going to go into that. Now, Fright Night Humperdinck gets all vampy, right? He's all like looking around. He's at the scene of the giant. CSI Miami, baby. He's looking over here, looking over there. There was a battle with a giant, and this one ran this way, that one ran that way. He's dabbing, he's doing all his stuff. Humperdinck is on time and on point with his analysis. Then they're going this way, or I'm sure they are heading towards the fire swamps. Okay, great, fire swamps. So we got Fright Night Humperdinck. He's going all crazy. He figures it out. Butternut Squash now shares a moment with DPR. Now she's looking at DPR all longingly. She's like, oh, you could tell she's fallen in love with him. Finds out that he knew Wesley, and he said he killed him. I killed him, he said. I killed your farm boy. Oh boy. Now all of a sudden, Butternut hulks out. She has a moment where she's like, oh. She launches him down the hill. Woo! Now, here's my take. All right. She launches him down the hill, which is attempted murder in this day and age, right? Attempted murder. She realizes it's attempted murder. So she's like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? She throws herself down the hill. How smart is that? If she pleads insanity, she's off scot-free. This is perfect. Throws herself down the hill. They both go rolling all the way down. And all of a sudden, I guess she hits her head really hard and realizes that, oh, the mask is off. It's Wesley. Hee hee, movie over. No, it's not over yet. Now, here's what I don't get. Here's what I do not get. What, as you said, he said, oh, he did. You're right. I missed that part. He did say, as you wish, as he's going down. My bad. As you wish. And then he goes flying down and he's rolling. My bad. Forgot that part. Let me ask you a question, though. This is what has the world of superheroes totally taken by storm. You ready for this? Mask, Dread Pirate Roberts. No mask, Wesley. Glasses, Clark Kent. No glasses, Superman. Glasses, Clark Kent. No glasses, Superman. Really? You can't tell that's Wesley? I rest my case. Anyway, that's just my take on that. I just don't know how she didn't know that was Wesley. Anyway, Mrs. Butterworth goes into full Hulk mode, and that's like I said, she pushes him down the hill, throws herself down the hill, and then we get to Act 6, which is the fire swamp. Yes, that fire swamp that we all know and love. It's been a long 5 years. Yeah, it has been. All right, so we get to the fire swamp, and in this fire swamp, they have never been more in love. All of a sudden, they just connect. Wesley, can I tell you something, dude? If I were you, I would be sleeping with one eye open. The lady tried to murder you, man. Murder. She pushed you down off a mountain. I'm not sleeping with both eyes closed. Just like, okay, honey, good night. The mask covered most of his face. Oh, don't try and hide it. All right. So now, Kevin Arnold, this is another thing that got me. So after they find out it's Wesley and everything, Kevin Arnold is having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with no crusts. Who knew that a midget devil worshiper eats Uncrustables? Did you know that? I didn't. So now he's eating this Uncrustable. You got Columbo over here like, yeah, sickie, we're going to do this now. Let's talk about more of the movie, see? All right, so they're in the fire swamp. As they're walking through the fire swamp, flames are coming out of it, hence the name Fire Swamp. So she grabs, I have seen parts of this movie. Okay, so he grabs her, moves her away from each of the fire bursts, she ends up getting some of her dress caught in the fire. He, puts it out. Everything's good. After he saves her from the fire swamp, he goes into his backstory. Now, his backstory is basically this. When he was seeking his fortune, he ended up being caught by the Dread Pirate Roberts. The Dread Pirate Roberts never killed him. For some reason, kept him alive and kept saying, tomorrow I will kill you. Tomorrow I will kill you. Tomorrow I will kill you. But tomorrow never came because he just kept him alive. And after years and years, this Dread Pirate Roberts finally told Wesley, I got to tell you something, buddy. I am not the Dread Pirate Roberts. He's like, oh, the guy that took me in, like I took you in, he was not the Dread Pirate Roberts. The Dread Pirate Roberts is gone. He's sitting there in Tahiti. He's sipping umbrella drinks. He's chilling with ladies. I don't know what Dread Pirate Roberts, what he was really doing, but what I do know is that there are the lineage of all the Dread Pirate Roberts. We're not sure who he actually is, but it's not Wesley. All right. Now, after we get the whole backstory, we're going to enter the lightning sand. The lightning sand. I guess it's lightning sand because as soon as Butternut hit it, she went like a sack. She went right down. I've never seen quicksand that fast. Normally, when you go into quicksand in a movie, you step there, right? And all of a sudden, oh, I'm in quicksand. And it takes about 10 minutes because the movie has to form more of a plot. Oh, what am I going to do? Oh, God, suspenseful, right? Oh, no, there was no suspense here. She hit that Butterbutt, stepped into that lightning sand and went whoop. So Wesley is like, all right, he's going to grab this weird looking yarn vine that looks like a old rubber hose from a car. He grabs this vine and he's like, watch this. Whoo! He goes diving in, Michael Phelps style, head first into there, trying to help her out. Few minutes go by, and all of a sudden, this lame branch vine thing, he comes out, pulling himself up, breathing, makes his way up. All good. Now, after he saves her, we come into contact with the ROUSs. And I can see many of you are talking about I got to watch this chat back because I don't know what you guys are saying. So I can see that many of you have mentioned the ROUSs, the rodents of unusual size. These things are another product probably of Kevin Arnold's imagination, because think about it. Columbo's telling Siki the story, so Siki's imagining this. Siki is like, when we say Siki, it's not just physically, guys. All right, so these things look like midget dwarf rats. Fun fact, there were actually people inside these costumes. Yes, these were actually people inside there crawling around. Oh, they're creepy. So this ROUS bites Wesley, attacks him, bites him 3 times. Bites him 3 times. Is anyone over there worried about germs, infections, cleanliness, and lack of meds? Is anybody thinking about that? Not Wesley. You know what Wesley's thinking about? Wesley's all like, I'm good. What's up, people? Where are we going next? Like he wasn't even affected by it. Now, he battles with the dwarf rat, right? He battles with this ROUSISSIPPI. He's battling. He's fighting. Boom, boom, boom. Then he burns it. He rolls it over, burns it into the fire swamp. That thing starts screaming like I've never heard before. I still hear that in my dreams and my nightmares. Not really my dreams, my nightmares. Like, therapy still hasn't cleared me on this one yet. Burns it, and then he goes Shawshank Redemption on it. He shanks it 3 times. Like he's trying to get out of the clink. Well, let me tell you something. That thing's legs were kicking like dead. The ROUS is done. We move on after he goes Shawshank Redemption on the ROUS. Humpernuts finds them. How did he find them? That's because this dude is CSI. You guys got to recognize CSI don't play games. They know it all. They're listening to us right now, probably. Who knows? All right, so Six-Fingered Willie is on his horse. Butterbean, and we got Butterbean, we got Humpernuts, and then we also got Butterworth. So they are, well, wait, and the Six-Fingered Willie, oh, they're all there, guys, all of them in a big, big mass of people. Wendy, but I came back in. Miracle Max is the scene after. I'm working on it. I'm making it way slowly there. Humpernuts finds them and makes a deal. Now the Six-Fingered Willie talks to Wesley and like, listen, I told everyone that I would let you go But guess what? And then Wesley's like, we're both men. You know you're not going to let me go. And then guess what happens? We have concussion number 2. He clunks him. Clunk. I just want to say, this could be a disclaimer, that the lawsuits surrounding this movie should have been humongous. Where are these labor laws, man? These people are suffering concussions. They're getting clunked. They're just saying. We move on to Act 7. And this one is the Pit of Despair. Now, please, everyone listen to this part, okay? The Pit of Despair is under the ground through this tree. So now we have albino. We have this albino with a mo haircut coming down the steps. Now, I don't know about all of you, but when I saw albino again, I was like, you know, Mary had a little lamb? Well, this is the baby that Mary and the lamb had, this thing. And did anyone notice the cold sore on its lip? Just saying. Albino walks in, like I said, looking like the nursery rhyme had a baby. And they introduced the machine. This machine sucks years off of your life. It's like, it's sucking the years off your life. So what are you going to do? Poor Wesley, poor DPR. He's just chilling there like, what am I going to do? Now, Six-Fingered Willie is like, I'm going to kill you slowly. I'm going to take years off of your life slowly. You're going to die real slow. Don't worry. Let's try it out. So he tries it out. He removes 1 year of DPR's life. So DPR is like, oh, and then he comes back over to him. Now, so before we go into that, we go another like part where the princess is married. Now, this part is great. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. The princess married Humpty. Watch me do the Humpty Hump. Kevin Arnold says to Gramps, yo, this story blows. And before he's about to take his devil pitchfork and stick Columbo in the butt, Columbo's like, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm going to get to the good part here. Now, the prince. Now, bear with me on this. This is creepy to me. The prince goes like this. He's up there. My father once told me, love her as I loved her, and there will be joy. What? I guess they keep it in the family there, don't they? Love her as I loved her? What? All right, so Princess Buttercup comes out. More like Butter Boo, because now she gets the boo treatment. All right, so she's walking out, and you hear this. Boo, boo. I'm telling you, the real life Lorax is standing there. Boo. This Lorax has two troll heads for eyebrows. These things are coming out like Nosferatu and Dracula. Right? So the Lorax is like, I speak for the trees. Boo, boo. You're a leech. You're a swindler. Ah, right. Just making fun of the princess. Now, the princess is having these nightmares. She's like, oh, you called me names. All upset about that. Now, this Lorax lady, honestly, I had nightmares about her too. This movie caused me more pain than it did laughter. And that's like a couple days ago. So we move into Act 8, which is the castle. Now, in the castle, now don't worry, I know you guys might be thinking, hey, he missed some stuff. I didn't miss anything. Don't worry. We'll talk about it after. I'm going in the order of the movie. So the princess walks into Humpty Hump's room, and she says, listen, I'm going to kill myself. I'm not going to marry you. So Hop-Along Humperdinck is like, all right, lady, young lady, I will send for Wesley, and you can have him. But if he doesn't make it here, then maybe you need to just consider me. So fine. Now, Six-Fingered Willie is in the room alone with Humpty Hump. Six-Fingered Willie is in there, and they're talking about how it was all Humpty Hump's plan to start this war, strangle the princess. He hired Fusilli. He hired him. Fusilli couldn't carry the job out, so he's like, I'm going to take care of this. So what you're going to do is this. You're going to go and take care of the stuff in Pits of Despair and get me my friend, this other guy. Now, this other guy comes in looking like Chuck Norris, or more like from Game of Thrones, the Game of Thrones wildling leader. He comes walking in, and he's like, "What is going on here?" So, creepy moment, awkward moment right now. The guy gets down on one knee right next to Humpty Hump, right? And he's like, "Oh, what are we going to do next?" And Humpty Hump's kind of looking at him all awkward, and I'm just like, "Oh, what's happening here?" Back then, I didn't catch it. Being older, caught it. And I'm like, just waiting. So then Humpty Hump is like, "Listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have you get the brute squad. We're going to go through the woods, go through the forest. We're going to clean this forest. We're going to take everyone, get them out of here, because there's rumors that someone's coming to assassinate the princess." Okay, fine. Someone's going to assassinate the princess. Fine, whatever. So he's like, "The brute squad, let's get him." All right. So after they shared this moment, as this is all going on, we find Indigo. He's full tilt, head deep, stumble bum drunk on Jack Daniels. He's just sitting there. He's like the guy in Pirates of the Caribbean. He's drinking with the pigs. He's just chilling. This Spaniard is out. He's waiting for Fusilli, who's inconceivably dead. Now, all of a sudden, guess who jumps back into the game? It's Fozzie Fezzik. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm going to bust you up with the Andre the Giant Vulcan neck pinch." So he takes care of those guys, and he starts nursing Indigo back to health. Indigo's sitting in the room, right? Indigo's in his little cottage. They call it a cottage back then. And his face falls in the soup. Fezzik tells Indigo of the six-fingered Willie. Now, the six-fingered Willie, all of a sudden, Indigo is being pushed into big buckets of water, and now he's totally sober. He's sober now. "I will fight him. I will find him. But I cannot fight all these men." Fine. So he's like, "How many men can you fight?" So Fozzie is like, "I think just 10. And he's like, "There's more than 10. So be that as it may, there's more than 10. We need the men in black. Here come the men in black. Dun, dun, Galaxy Defender." No, not those men in black. He's looking for DPR, Dread Pirate Roberts, Wesley. Looking for him. So now, Indigo, all of a sudden, he has that moment where he's like, "Let's roll out. Let's go find him." Great. Here's where it gets good. Butthead finds out that Humperdog did not send any ships at all to go pick Wesley up. Then he goes full Fright Night. He vamps out. He snatches up Butterbean. He runs her into the hallway, throws her in this room, and locks it. Who knows what kind of locks they have back then? He probably had to latch something, pull it over here, little speakeasy door. "You stay in there, lady." And then he goes full Carl Lewis. All the way down the steps, all the way to the pits of despair. He gets in there. He looks over at Wesley, and he's like, "Oh, you're done, boy. You're done. Bad mistake." He jacks this machine, the machine, all the way up to 10. Now, this machine is jacked up to 10. Good Lord. Wesley is screaming. Of course, Indigo realizes what it is. It's the cry of true love. Now, true love or not, that machine was jacking him up. That dude wasn't going to be walking right for days. I'll tell you right now. All right. So they kill Wesley. So we think. Let's move on to Act 9. The Forest and Miracle Max. So now we get into the forest. Indigo and Fozzie, they're chilling out. They find Albino. Albino is like, "Yes, master." And long story short, Fozzie is like, "Listen, you're going to show us where it is?" "No, I'm Albino." Concussion number 3. Clunk, out. All of a sudden, I think, you know what? Lawyers should be involved about now. Speaking of that, I need to get this in here to charge. Am I charging? Is that charging me up? Power source? Kaboom. I don't want to lose at the stream because I'll be so angry. Yep, I'm charging. All right, guys, here we go. Concussion 3. Indigo all of a sudden finds religion. He finds it. He's like, "Oh, Father Montoya, please guide my sword. to the place where the pits of despair is. Lucky enough, Papa Montoya is like, hey, you're drunk. How about you just walk this way? Walk this way. Walks this way. Kaboom. There's the tree. Puts his hand against it. Door opens. Let's go downstairs. So now they found the entrance, but wait. All of a sudden, Kevin Arnold is losing his stuff. Wait, Grandpa. Wesley's dead? What do you mean he's dead? He can't be dead. Dude, you worship Lucifer. This should be the celebration day for you. This is your Christmas. But Kevin Arnold is all like, what's happening here? Anyway, the two Stooges take Wesley to go see Miracle Max. Now, Miracle Max, played by the great Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal, wonderful actor, wonderful comedian. They go to see him, opens the little speakeasy door. Hey, what do you want? All right. Lets him in. They're in there. They lay him down. And now they take this, no, not yet. I'm sorry. So when they get in there, they do take this. They take this big, like, fire. They had this back in the day. If you have a fireplace, it's this big accordion looking thing. And they keep like to blow fire up. This decrepit air that they pushed into poor Wesley fills up his lungs, and he yells, "True love." Now, yes, he said true love. So he's like, he doesn't want to deal with it. Miracle Max is like, this is not my jam. All of a sudden, Carol Kane comes out, who plays Val, his wife. He said true love. He said true love. You son of a gun. And she's hitting him with like a newspaper from 1942, giving him the business. So Miracle Max finally decides, if this is going to hurt Prince Humpernot, then you know what? Let's do it. So he concocts this antidote. It's like a medicine rock thing. And the next movie quote that comes from this is, "Have fun storming the castle." That's a great, great line. Underrated, if you ask me. Love that line. Man, but she did lay the smack down on Max. Max was just like, I'm not helping him. She came out with that newspaper. She's like, I'm telling you what, boy. So now we come to the last part. Act 10, the wedding and the end. So we move into this. Now, this is one of my favorite parts. I laughed my booty off when I watched this. Could you imagine the teacher's reaction who reads that? All right, so we have Elmer Fudd emceeing the wedding. I'm going to give you a little taste. Are you ready? Dearly beloved, marriage is what brings us together on this blessed day. Creepy dude, man. Elmer Fudd chilling, hashtag Hillin, hashtag emceeing this wonderful wedding. And we got DPR, we got Fozzie, we got Indigo. They have a plan to take these suckers out. They got it all set up. So they're like, let's go. They give DPR the antidote. Now, DPR is still out of commission. He wakes up like he was on Planet 9. So he's like this, right? Who are you? What is that? Why am I here? Wow, you look nice. Like he's all out of it. Concussion. So all I'm going to say is the next scene is where they have an idea to make Fozzie look like the Dread Pirate Roberts. So Fozzie has this big invisibility Harry Potter looking cloak on, right? He puts this cloak on and he's just chilling with it. And then they set him on fire. How many labor laws were broken during this movie? I don't want to be the one to, break the news to anyone, but this is not good. This is not legal. All right, I'm sure a lot of palms were greased during the making of this movie. So he yells, I am the Dread Pirate Roberts. Fear me, I will kill you. They set him on fire. People go running because you know what? You see some big giant on fire saying that he's going to kill you. You don't stand there. You don't say like, hey, man, can I get a selfie? Could you imagine back then? People would be getting their cell phones out. Yo, look at this. Yo, check it out, bruh. Now, everyone runs except Game of Thrones Wildling. Game of Thrones Wildling is kind of standing at the door, doesn't know if he should run, doesn't know if he should wet his pants or just die and crap himself right there. only can assume directors and producers got wind of all these concussions happening. So before they get the key from this guy, you know he was concussed. You know the Dread Pirate Roberts throw a couple bows to his jawbone. And you know nowadays it'd have been like slow motion, like teeth coming out. But this is back then, so they didn't show that scene. They got smart. Good job, Rob Reiner. And now they get into the castle. So here we go. Indigo is searching for Six-Fingered Willie, and he opens a can of whoop butt all over these other guards. He's like doing these moves. He's stabbing them. He's going Shawshank. He's going Zorro on them. And then he drops a Roman Reigns Superman punch on one of the guys. Comes up in the air. He's like, oh, boom, lays this dude out. All you can see are little across this dude's head. Concussion number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I stopped counting the concussions. All right. So we break to a scene where Butterball is walking with the king. Now, if you remember this movie like I remember it, and I remember it well, I've watched it a lot in the last week. The king looks like one of these old-time gold miners with this beard who's about a billion decades late or early for the gold rush. You know, he's like, yeah, hey, I look at you, princess, with my own 2 peepers. So he's way, way late for or early for the gold rush. And he's just walking the princess. And then she's like, oh, and she gives him a little smooch or something, or says he's nice. And he's like, oh, she kissed me. Yeehaw, let me get that gold. Now, after that, Butternuts is about to murder herself. Now I'm hungry for some steakhouse butter. I never thought about how many concussions there were, right? Lots of concussions. All right, so thank you guys for following along. I'm loving you. Wow, 12 in the stream, 17 likes. Love it. I'll take it. Butternuts is about to murder herself. We cut over to the Spaniard chasing Six-Fingered Willie. Six-Fingered Willie, all of a sudden, he becomes Ninja Joe. Pulls out this little dagger. Here comes Indigo. He's like, what's up? And he goes, I got what's up. Take this. Knifes him right in the belly. Oh, man. Indigo is up against the wall. Indigo's going down for the count. Oh, but as Six-Fingered Willie is chilling, walks over and says, I remember you, little boy. I cut you here and I cut you there and I killed your father. Well, Indigo turns into Popeye. That's all I can stand, and I can't stand no more. Little pipe moving. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. And and then it builds up. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. And all of a sudden, he's just like way out there. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. It's like he's like larger than life. So he ends up killing Six-Fingered Willie because Six-Fingered Willie is up against the wall and he's like, and he goes, I said his real name. Indigo is like, promise me wealth, promise me fame, promise me power. And he goes, promise. And he goes, I promise you all that you want and more. And then Indigo is like, oh, I want my father back, you son of a gun. Had to cut the language. Stabs him. Six-Fingered Willie is now six-fingered dead. Gone. Okay. Now, Wesley is laying in bed, all like, laying in bed. Still can only move his head, as we know, or so we know, or as we might know. One of those. Buttercup is about to, I said her name right. Buttercup is about to stab herself. And he's like, it would be a shame to waste such a nice beep. And she's like, oh, Wesley. Goes running over. And Buttercup is like, oh, I love you so much. Buttercup is like a horse name, isn't it? Like, come here, Buttercup. Oh, whatever. So she's hugging him, can't move. And guess who enters the room? CSI Miami, Humperdinck. He comes in. He's like, what's up? Like this becomes gangster now, this movie. He's holding his sword sideways like they hold their gats. Like, what's up, partner? So he's in there. He's calling out Wesley. He goes, I'm going to take you and kill you. I'm going to put you to the death. And so Wesley is all philosophical. He's not philosophical. He's still all roofied up. So Wesley is like, I'm going to kill you to the pain. And so Humperdinck is like, what do you mean to the pain? He goes, well, I'll tell you. I'm going to cut off your hands at the wrists. I'm going to cut off your feet at the ankle. And then I'm going to cut off your nose. And then he's like, well, as in his, actually, he's like a vampire now. He's all like vamped out fangs. He's like, what are you going to cut off next? My ears? And he's like, no, I'm going to leave your ears. Because all the people that walk by you are going to look at you. And they're going to say, ew, look at him. And you have to hear it. Is that really a punishment? You know what people would do if they walked by that? They take out their cell phone. They would take a selfie with it. They take out their cell phone. They would call TMZ. This would be all over the social media. That's what this would do. And it would make Humperdinck famous. CSI Humperdinck. Just a torso lying in wait. All right. So now the other guy gets all nervous after Wesley actually stands up. Doesn't have much strength, but he shows that he's got the willpower, the fortitude. The guy drops his sword. What a wuss. What are you doing, man? This guy is bit. Anyway, he drops his sword. He turns from a vampire back into like a little measly little bat. Sitting there in the chair, they tie him up. Here comes Indigo. Oh, we did it. All right. Now, Wesley and Buttercup, Bootybox have a serendipity moment. They kiss. They're like all happy. And then outside you hear, hello, please come here. It's Fozzie. Fozzie's still in the mix. He didn't burn all up. He didn't go all backdraft on us. So they go over to the window. There's Fozzie with 4 white horses. Whatever. I don't know where he got the white horses from. I don't want to know. Back then, they played a really weird game. But Fozzie's out there. They have the horses. Basically, they live happily ever after. And then Kevin Arnold is like, hey, Grandpa, listen, come back over tomorrow. Read the story to me again. And of course, you know, at this point, like Grandpa's like looking around the room. He sees all the devil stuff. He's picking up what I'm laying down. He's like, oh, snap. My grandson worships Beelzebub. So he's like, as you wish. So Columbo walks out. The movie basically ends. And Columbo lets the kid get back to his house of horrors. What I walked away with from this movie is, how did this kid not have to pee? Like, I have to pee talking about this. Like, this poor kid, he has a bladder of a camel. This movie, I loved doing a deep dive into. I loved watching it over and over. I loved picking up on all these little things that I wouldn't have seen unless I did a deep dive into it. And the kiss, the kiss, they just kissed. Who needs that? I'm more interested in this kid's room. Why aren't the Warrens from The Conjuring checking out this kid? Because that's the first place they need to be. Amityville Horror, Annabelle, ain't got nothing on this kid. This kid's protected by demons on all sides. And a pimp in a fur vest. Guys, I appreciate you stopping by and seeing my deep dive into The Princess Bride. Now, we can chat about it. We can talk about it. We can do whatever you want. But I really love doing this, and I made it over an hour. I retold the movie for an hour. I would love to read now the chat because I have to see what you guys have been saying. First, I need a drink. Okay. How many of you do you do a deep dive on Spaceballs? I could. Now, did I miss anything that I should have answered? So anybody that was watching the chat, I can't go back and read all this right now. I'll read it later, but everyone seems to like my names. That's awesome. Oh, man. Vinylmation Collector. They have. I really, really hope everyone loved this. I really want to know. Oh, excuse me. Woo, soda. I would like to know how you guys felt about this. So if you want to message me on the side, because I don't really want to hear any bad comments, unless you really want to tell me, it's fine. I spent a lot of time on this, as you can see. If anybody wants a signed copy of my notes, I'll be glad to email them to you. I can't email you the signed part, but I can email you my notes. You guys can read it over and be like, this guy's a genius or really messed up in the head. But this was my deep dive into The Princess Bride. I really appreciate everyone coming by. We will talk later. Jennifer Jess has a lot to say to me, I'm sure. I hope you really loved it. I hope I did it justice. As you can see, I really love the movie. I love it so much that I took it and made my own rendition of how I saw it. Thank you so much. I didn't like it. I loved it. Great job. Thank you, Dad Got This. Clapping from Miss Rachel Lippman, my darling. My character voices. I had some good. Inigo Montoya. Let's say we are still friends. Awesome. Did you know that one of the ROUS actors got into a fight with his wife and burned down the kennel they owned? So the film crew bailed him out of jail so he could film the fire swamp scene. Wow, there is some deep dive in hoodoo voodoo up in this chat room. Thank you so much, everyone, for sticking around for so long. It is after 10. I know all of you have so many better things to do, but I cannot tell you how much I appreciate the love and admiration and appreciation I'm getting from all of you. Names were hysterical. Jesse Lee stuck around. Jesse Lee, that's just because Jesse Lee stuck around, I know I did the right thing. I know I did the right thing. Loved it. Buttershot. We will talk. It sucked. Not. Thank you, Dad Got This. Oh, man. Oh, I can't wait to go back. Riding the white horse is doing heroin. It's almost like the scene in True Lies when Arnold is under the truth serum to the pain. Oh, man. Six Fingers Willie is 6 feet under. Oh, this is great. Welcome to International Lawsuit Day. How can I help you? Nice job, Scout. I never thought about how this was awesome. Concussion 5. Zulu, we have another fire. Oh, man. This was awesome. Guys, honestly, thank you. So I'm putting together a Disney 3D puzzle. I was cracking up while listening. Bye-bye. Night-night. Hey, EJ, tell Mom to watch. Please, Katie, you got to watch this. I know you'll enjoy it. Oh, do I have any messages? Got quite a few. Wow, people. Love you. Oh, man. All right. We have 13 in the stream. Is there anybody that wants because of weight displacement? Oh, wow. You guys know some good stuff. I wonder if Danny enjoyed it. I think I scared Danny away. Danny's probably like, this guy's crazy. I'm not meeting up with him for anything when he comes to Florida. Oh, my large Coke made it all the way through the end. Now, next week, I do not think I am doing a deep dive because there will be a premiere of the Getting to Know You, the partnership. Little Big Vlogs and myself are premiering our Getting to Know You vlogs where you guys asked us questions and we answered them. Oh, what? I'm still here. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Danny. You got to tell Haley to watch it. What about iced tea? Oh, my sweet tea is in the fridge. I have 2. I was hoping I didn't have to get to it, which I didn't have to, so I'm good. I'll let somebody else have it tomorrow. Looking forward to get to know you. Yeah, bro, I don't even really know your name. But so next week, guys, next Saturday, look forward to, unless Little Big Vlogs can't get their vlog going, then maybe I'll just do a deep dive of something quick, something that I really know, something like Home Alone, something cool, because I watch Home Alone every year, dozens of times. I could do that movie backwards and blindfolded. I would have to watch the movie carefully, though, so I can pick up on any of the stuff that I already know quite a bit about that movie. Fun. Looking forward to getting to know you with Little Big Vlogs. Absolutely. And guys, guess what? I recorded my first DizJabberz chat episode today. Little Big Vlogs are my first guests. My God, it was amazing. I can't wait to cut it up and chop it up and edit it and put it out there for all of you. It was fantastic. I have 3 more people lying in wait for the DizJabberz chat to be on it. Possibly recording one tomorrow night. Not sure if Dad Got This will be ready for me or not. We shall see. Oh, man, my throat, my voice is what? I didn't need my notes as much as I thought I would. It's so funny. Oh, I like when Wesley went Shawshank Redemption on him and shanked him. Oh, can't wait for your next 2 a.m. live session. Check, LOL, just teasing. Oh, I know. I was online the other night trying to get my stuff to work. I'm ready to meet everyone. Yeah, Adamson, speaking of, I'm just about ready to have you on DizJabberz chat. So whenever you guys have a spare minute, it's going to have to be late because we're going to have you 2 on there, and Kenny can't be working out. Only reason I really have to do it after 7:30, guys, is if I do it before then, Sophie will be all up in this, and I really want it to look more professional than it really is. So as much as I love Sophie, I kind of want to keep her out of the DizJabberz chat. I just want the talk show to be 1-on-1 or 1-on-3 or however many people you got in there. I had some great games and some stuff that we did with Little Big Vlogs. You guys are going to love it. And if you want to be on the show, hit me up. Hit me up because I can record anytime this week, any night. I can get this going. I would, honestly, I am loving what I'm doing. And it's partly because of all of you. You guys make me feel like I'm doing the right thing, that I'm following a dream that I've had for a long time now. And I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep climbing that ladder. I don't know if there's ever a time where I'm going to stop climbing. Just, oh, I'm going to do more? Sure. More? Let's go. So the Adamson said, doing Epcot again tomorrow. We'll see when I get home. All right. Adamson Family Fun, we're ready. Just let us know. Adamsons. Guys, by the way, the Adamsons ate tuna with milk. That was my idea. I didn't tell them to eat the tuna and milk like cereal. They put the tuna in the milk so that the tuna absorbed it. What is wrong with you? If it were me, you take some tuna, milk washes it down. Done. Those Adamsons, though, man, Kenny ate it. Kenny ate it like soup. He had the bowl. He's like, oh, and then you got, please hold it down. Just help me swallow it. Help me get it down. Alicia was like flipping out. Rachel Littman, it's definitely not kosher. I changed my shower curtain again. Yeah, I have a feeling that the shower curtain, the red, didn't help the focusing of the camera. So I like the Star Wars one actually a lot better. It's got like a lot. It makes everything else pop inside it. Dread Pirate Roberts, baby. Just trying to be there for the fans. I choked on it, I'm sure. All those things I easily could have done. I have a weird stomach and a weird palate. Like if you watch my food challenge, I don't even know what things taste like. Like it was sour cream, and I'm like, this is what is this? This is like peanut butter. So when I'm eating these things, probably wouldn't faze me. Peanut butter and pickles. That's easy, man. I would eat that in a second. I would actually eat that for fun. Like, hey, give me some peanut butter and pickles. Chocolate and something. You guys, man. So on that note, what I'm going to do is I was tagged in that vlog by the Adamsons, but Adamsons, I'm going to rock out live. That'll be one of our live nights. And people better tune in because I'm going to have the whole smorgasbord all in front of me and I'm going to do it live. I might puke. I might not. You never know. Oh, man. When you do the challenge, we have to come up with some good ones. Yeah, come on. You just can't do anything that can make me so physically ill I end up in the hospital. But I'll basically do anything, really. I'm not going to tell anybody, though, what I don't like. Not telling anybody, because then you guys are going to be, that'll be my kryptonite. Can't tell you that. I'll be honest, I really can't stand nachos. Please don't give me nachos. I can't stand them. So don't do that. Bring on the sushi. It's all good. I'll eat it. Remember, Dad got this. I don't like sushi, but I've eaten sushi. And guys, it's not about, I want to say it's not about the failing part of it. It's about watching the person do it. Because you're going to watch me do it. Nachos it is then. No, please, God, please, please. No nachos. Never. Whether I fail or succeed, it's all about watching the person do it and watching their face. Now, will I do it smiling? No. Heck no. I don't know what kind of concoctions you guys are going to come up with. You might put something together that's like somebody farted and it's like a fart in your mouth. Oh, God. Who wants fart in their mouth? I know I certainly don't. Oh, I picked up on that. No nachos. She's like, oh, snap. Kenny, we're giving this boy nachos. And I'm sitting here. Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, I hate nachos. That's so funny. I do love all of you. I have 11 in the stream, 18 likes. That was a great night tonight, guys. My iPad died. I'm sorry, Scout. Scout, I hope I did the movie justice. You enjoyed it, right? You could message me later when I log off. I want to hear your personal take on how I did. I know you loved it, though. I know you did. I told you I would do well. Oh, man, I am tired. I am getting to bed early tonight. How awesome is that? I don't even know if I'm going to clean this nonsense up. Oh, guys, it was an amazing, amazing night. I think I need to get to bed. My head hurts. And by the way, did anybody notice I had a headache this whole time? Nobody did. I fought through that sucker, man. And please do me a favor, everyone. Go back to the movie. Do I have my iPad here? Go. Now I want nachos. Jesse Lee. All right, Jennifer, Jess, love you. Go back to the movie and please. Oh, wait. Here's my iPad. I want to show you guys a couple things. All right. So let me show you. We are too. Good night. Awesome with a headache. I know. I'm crazy. Let me see. I go to where's TV? Bear with me, people. How many things do I have on that? Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to show you Kevin Arnold's room. No, no, no. That's a perfect scene. All right, get ready. All right, text me, Rach. Love you. Thank you. Rachel, guys. Rachel is amazing. She's going to help out with the vlog. She's going to read some stories. We're going to take those apart.
That's right. When I was your age, television.
All right, here it comes. Okay. All right, I want you to look at this, everyone. Here we go. You're going to see the Santa with the brass knuckles and the peg leg. Above him is the Evil Dead 2 mask. Look at that. There's the Santa. Hey, Santa has a grill. He's got grills in his teeth with devil eyes, a peg leg, and brass knuckles. There's the skeleton head. Look at that thing. Right? All right, wait, it gets better. No, I don't want to go to scenes. I want the movie. Back to the movie. All right. Wait, hold up. I got to show you the other devil mask. Oh, I bought it. Absolutely. Come on. Where's the other devil mask? Okay, ready? Look at this thing. Protecting Kevin Arnold. Look. Look at it. Can you imagine? That thing is watching over him as he sleeps. As he sleeps. If my sister Catherine is watching this, she's probably laughing her butt off. Jessie Lee is laughing her butt off. That's no joke, right? This kid's got some issues. Anybody notice that? That's a kabuki. That is bizarre, right? The Mask of the Red Death. I don't play games with that thing, man. And Kevin Arnold had that pimp. Had the pimp with the fur coat. One of the He-Men. Ooh, boy, that's a voodoo doll and lying in wait. Grandpa probably went home. Kevin's probably like, oh, you read that book to me, huh, Gramps? Let me tell you something. You call me sicky. Ugh, Grandpa's like driving. Oh, probably had a car accident. Oh, good Lord. I can't even think about the repercussions of that voodoo doll. Oh, man. That was good stuff. Catherine is laughing. All right, Catherine. Catherine, I hope you stayed. I hope you were here for the whole thing. You have to go back and watch it. That Kabuki Dragon funk mask. Man, forget it. Then you got that pimp with the bow-legged limp. He had the fur vest on. He's like, yeah, what you want, freak? You want some lemon lime? I'm like, what is lemon lime? I don't even know. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Oh, man. Lemon lime. I don't even know what that is. Oh, my head hurts. A new drink that Grandpa Joe likes. Scout. Word to Big Bird. You got that right. Missed some of it, but I saw parts. Oh, Catherine, I did it justice. I totally did. As you wish. Oh, Dread Pirate Roberts. Look at this shirt. I love it. It fits nice, too. All right, party people. Hour 25 in. We have 9 people in the stream now. 18 likes. I can't ask for more than that. I had like a whole bunch of people in the stream as I was going. Thank you for showing up. I'm going to look into some research and do my next movie soon. DizJabberz chat. It's up and running. You're going to love it. And I guess I don't have much more to say. But yeah, I'm going to sleep, Jamie. We'll talk about the microphone another day. Because at this point, I could care less. I kind of like what I have going on here now. So everyone, I love you all. Thank you for showing up. Like, subscribe. Do what you got to do. Message me. I'll be up for a few minutes before I fall out. I don't mind talking to you. You're my fans, my bread and butter. I love you guys. DizJabberz71. Deep Dive, Princess Bride.